As you know already, I'm here to give you everything you need to know about realistic drawing. We are almost to the end of the tutorial, so in this tutorial we need to draw designed ladies suit. So I converted this picture in black and white, so I can draw even black and white, or I can do bicolored pencils as well. If you're new here guys, subscribe on my YouTube channel and don't forget about the bell notification. If you want to upgrade your drawing skill, that's your favorite channel. Thank you very much. Big thank to everyone guys for your support and subscribe on my channel. Stay tuned because I'm coming with more videos and I'll help you how to become professional artist. I'm gonna start this tutorial guys with color of the suit. So the first thing to do is shape, and for this I'm gonna use HB grade mechanical pencil. In this tutorial guys, I will present you my way to draw realistic designed suit. I will take this part from the top first, and I'm not going for details yet, I'm going for shape of the suit. I have already the shape, so I'm alright with the outline. I'm going further, drawing the design. Starting to shade very soft, and I'm working by layers. Because the suit is very dark color, I'm gonna use only HB grade. I'm going on a second layer, but I'll stay on the same pencil. Same grade, HB grade. I'm going by small circles. As you can see, the color becomes darker with the second layer, but I'm still going light. From now guys, I'm going by proportions, and I'm taking small proportions to don't miss anything. And following the reference photo, I'm checking for shadows. As you can see, I have the second layer, and if I need darker, I'm going on a third layer. Sharpen well your pencil and bend a little bit for the shade. Because I need to draw dark tone, as you know already, for dark tone I'm using dry brush, and I'm gonna use this brush. And from the outline I'm going inside, making the graphite dark tone. Now after dry brush, I can see very well how dark to go, so I'm coming one more layer, staying on HB grade. Actually we will shade only with HB grade this suit, and of course the details and everything on for design we're using only HB grade. I'm going by circles, and I'm looking to fill the paper with graphite. And also I'm looking to draw and shade in gradient, so from the outline of the color I'm going outside, and I use again dry brush. Of course I'm starting from the outline, pushing the graphite in the middle. I'm gonna shade this part of the color as well, and I'm going by small circles so I can make darker a bit faster. This part it will be very dark, so I'm gonna use a bit pressure on my pencil, and I'm staying a bit longer on one side till I achieve the dark tone that I'm looking for. We only started to draw this, but when I come in with details you will see we're going close with the reference photo and also very realistic. After a few layers, I'm coming with the dry brush to making this part of the color dark tone. In this way I know how dark I need to go, so I'm using again dry brush and also smoothing the paper in the same time. As you can see, the tone changing after using dry brush. It becomes darker as in reference photo is. Coming to add some details now, and because it's about the cotton, I'm going in this way to imitate the realistic. And I'm coming to draw a line in the middle to make this sour of the color realistic. But also I need to blur this part. Blurring, if you remember, we're using soft brush, and I'm using soft brush for this. And now to make this more realistic, I'm gonna use 4B mechanical pencil, and I'm just draw some lines into this to make the realistic cottons. Always we need to check for the shadows and highlights, and also the reference photo to go in close as we can. This time I'm coming very soft using blending stone. I'm going on number 1, and I blend first the line and cross over. This way we can blur in the cotton, making the suit color round and realistic. I'm adding a bit shadows over using the blending stone by circles. And again, I'm adding the design as I did on the chest or on the globes as well. The same design starting on the collar. I'm going with 8B grade, adding the necessary pressure, drawing some dots. Of course we need to blend these dots, so I'm gonna use again blending stump. And now also I need to check for the shadows, so I need darker on the corner. And I'm coming by circles using the same grade, 8B grade. I'm looking to draw this gradient. Always take your time when you're drawing, guys, and keep an eye on a reference photo as I do. Because it's dark side here, I'm gonna use dry brush and I will smooth the paper, adding graphite from the dark to light. When I'm happy with the tone, I'll carry on with the design. Following the reference photo, I'm draw the dots, the necessary dots for the design. It's very dark black color, it's quite hard to see, but I do my best to go in close with the reference photo. Do the same when you draw your portrait. That's why I'm here, guys, to teaching you how to maintain your drawing clean, how to handle with hard parts of the drawing. Again, we need to draw darker, so I'm coming one more layer, and we build a gradient on this side as well. Now you know how to draw a gradient, and I'm going to use the same dry brush because it's about the dark tone. I just mix the graphite from the dark to light. I finish with the dark tone now, and then come back to smoothing the paper again using dry brush. Again, we have to deal with highlights, and I will show you on the small part how to do it, everything together, even with details. I'm going with eraser, and I'm using Faber Castell eraser. Following the reference photo, I'm just adding some highlights on the suit. Of course, these highlights won't be enough, so we need lighter, and for this we're using Jelly Roll for extra effects and extra highlights, if you remember when you see it in previous tutorial. And I'm coming to repeat the dots to make them lighter. As you can see, very easy to erase, even on 8B grade using electric eraser. But I'm not happy with the highlights, so where I need, I'm coming with Jelly Roll. I'm just dotting over, and as you can see, extra highlights are brilliant now. I'm adding some highlights using Faber Castell eraser pencil, imitating the color of the suit. As you can see, I'm getting a lot of graphite on the eraser, but I'm cleaning on my paper. So the blank paper we're using for covering your drawing is good to clean your eraser and blending stump as well. I repeat 3-4 layers to achieve the dark tone using 8B grade. And because we're working for a dark tone, because we have to deal with the dark tone, we blend using dry brush. So first we need to build the texture of the suit, which is about the layering, and after that we're coming with dry brush to smoothing the paper, always from the dark to light. I'm going with this from the outline inside of the color, and now I'm pushing the graphite in the middle. I'm looking for some shadows now, make the color realistic, and for this I'm using the same grade, 8B grade. And when I'm happy with the shadows, I'm coming with dry brush again. As I told you before, guys, this and using dry brush, I'm smoothing the paper for shadows. And when I'm happy with the shadow, I repeat the same steps with eraser. Clean eraser on the paper and dotting as well, as I did on the top, just to add the texture and the highlights. And for the last layer of the design, I'm coming with black pencil from Colored Pencil set, and I'm going by circles, imitating the design of the suit. And as I did on the top, I'm coming now with highlights, and I'm highlighting using electric eraser and also Jelly Roll for extra highlights. As you can see on the top, I have extra highlights, so for that I'm using Jelly Roll. For the normal highlights, I'm using electric eraser. In this way we can work realistic, just adding the necessary details. As you can see, with electric eraser you can work very easy on a black color, even on an 8B grade graphite pencil, so I recommend to use this as well. And I'm coming with Jelly Roll to add extra highlights, as I told you before. I'm just dotting, and as you can see, these highlights are different, like on the top. In this way we can have shiny suit as in reference photo is. Drawing the texture on a suit color, I'm going lines from the outline inside using 8B grade. And of course, on the other side of the line, we're coming to meeting with this, but very light, so we can add a little bit for highlights in the middle. That's my way to draw cotton, guys. As you can see, I have very good sharp pencil, and for these details you need good sharp pencils. Of course, we need to draw shadows inside of the color, so we're going by circles, and after that we're using blending stump to blend the line for the shadows. I'm using blending stump, same as I draw by circles. And now we're blurring the material and we make more realistic. And I'm coming to blend inside from the outline inside. To adding dark tone, I'm coming with dry brush over the lines to blend and smooth the paper. I'm highlighting in the middle using Faber Castell eraser, and I'm going very light by dotting. And for the hem of the collar, I'm just coming with 8B grade, so we can make the difference between the jacket and the hem. Now we are close with the reference photo, so we draw this part. So as you can see, we have a lot of highlights and also the hem of the collar and black jacket with the design. Is one more way, guys, to draw this, and I will show you this way. It might be more easy. With 8B grade we shade, and we're starting to shade by layers. Using the same grade, I'm shade by crossing, and now I'm gonna use toilet paper to smooth the paper and help graphite going into the paper. And again, I'm coming one more layer. It will be the third layer. I did 2 layers more, guys, but this time I'm not shade with toilet paper. I'm gonna use dry brush because we're talking about dark tone, but not now. First of all, I'm coming to add the details. So that's the second way you can draw this. So now I'm checking for the reference photo, and I'm coming with the necessary details, which are the small dots with highlights. Of course, I'm staying on 8B grade. After the design that I draw on the jacket, I'm coming to add highlights and extra highlights. And for this, I'm gonna use only electric eraser and jelly roll for extra highlights. So for the highlights, I'm going with electric eraser, and I'm going by dotting, and I'm looking for a reference photo to go in close as I can. And as I told you, I'm using jelly roll for extra highlights. Of course, same way by dotting. As you can see, I have different type of highlighting, so make sure where you have extra highlights, use jelly roll for better effects. As you can see, we have the highlights who's coming from the top, so I need to put the highlights on the top of the dot to respect the reference photo. I recommend this jelly roll from Sakura, and if you're interested to work with this, you have the link in the description. As you can see, we can draw very white over the 8B grade or very dark tone. My work is only with graphite pencil, guys. I'm not using charcoals. If you like to use charcoals, you can check for different tutorials. I have only for graphite. Now I'm gonna finish the texture of the suit, so I'm using 8B grade, and very soft I'm gonna shade by small circles, and I'm looking to add the dark tone which is in reference photo or even closer. If it's necessary, I rebuild the outlines from the color. Subscribe on my channel and don't forget about the bell notification for more videos. If you like to draw, this is the place where you can upgrade your skill. Now I'm gonna use dry brush, and you know already dry brush helped me to add dark tone. As you can see the dark tone changing. Make sure you don't touch the extra highlights made by jelly roll. To achieve this dark tone, guys, just repeat the layers using 8B grade as I did, and I have dark tone. And don't forget to come in with dry brush. This helps you to add dark tone and smoothing the paper in the same time. And now before to finish, I'm coming with Faber Castell eraser pencil, and as I did on the top, I'm coming with random dots to make the soft texture of the jacket realistic. Don't forget to add highlights before to finish portrait, and as you can see, I'm using jelly roll for extra highlights. Following the reference photo, I'm going close as I can for each details. If you see this for the first time and if you like it, subscribe on my channel and don't forget about the bell notification for more videos. So as you can see, I respected the highlights, I respected the shadows as well. Always for me, Jelly Roll is the last touch, and the portrait it will be finished. But this tutorial is finished here. Thank you very much guys. See you in the next tutorial.